Hello and welcome to Olympus High School, located in Holiday, Utah, where the Olympus Titans are about to throw down with the Park City Miners. My name is Mark Schwartz, and alongside me is
Jackson Bodley.
And we will be your analysts for this pregame show before we throw it over to Calvin Fuller and Sean Capps for your game commentary. Let's jump right into things. Park City comes into tonight at 3-11 and dead last in Region 6 standings. The Miners fell to the East Leopards on Tuesday, 62-21. Kathleen Whiteley and Olivia Miller both led the team with 4 points. Olympus improved to 11-4 overall after beating East on Wednesday, 62-44. BYU commit and 5A points per game leader Alyssa Blank put up 19 points, 17 rebounds, and 2 blocks in the tremendous win for the Titans. Olympus currently sits at 3rd place in region with losses to Skyline and Highland in league play. Jack, let's jump in to some keys to the game. What do you think is critical for both teams tonight in order to win this matchup?
Well, for Olympus, offensively, they've been on fire, scoring 60-plus in their last 2 games and 79 against rival Brighton. Offensively, early on, they struggled in the half court, but lately that hasn't been the case. Everyone feels more comfortable in the offense. Everyone's shooting more. There's more action, pick and rolls. Everyone's moving around. And along with that, they're still getting their normal fast break and transition points. Offensively, they just have to keep doing what they're doing. I don't think there's one thing they have to key in on here tonight. They've been incredible. Just keep doing what they're doing. They put up 88 last time they played Park City. Probably going to be similar numbers here tonight. Defensive for Olympus, they're very aggressive. They don't allow many shooters much space, and they force lots of turnovers. They've been pretty good defensively. But since they switched to the man, their defense has gone down a little bit, but it hasn't been bad. So if it's being taken advantage of the man, I think that zone is one thing they can go back to, sort of help them out. It helps each person. They don't have as big of a task in a zone.
What about for the Miners? What do they need to do tonight to pull off the big upset?
Well, Park City, their offense, they've struggled. They've only scored 40-plus in 3 games this season. Olympus, they averaged 54 points. So definitely a huge difference in these two teams' offense. And Park City, 2 of their main players, they had to stop playing early on in the season, and that was a huge blow to Park City offensively. So I think a first good step for Park City is just find that one player, that one main leader who can get everyone else involved. You just need to find that one standout player who can sort of lead that offense, and they have not found one early on this year. Defensive for Olympus, you have to guard Alyssa Blank, and that's a lot easier said than done. She's averaging over 20 points per game, and I think with Olympus team, I'll say it every week, they have to, if you're Park City, you have to rebound well defensively and can't turn it over in the first place. Those are 2 things that will go a long way to helping them defensively, and it's clearly a huge, steep challenge here because Mary Sheets has been on fire, scoring 24 last night against East. Just this whole Olympus offense, they're doing incredible the past couple games, a huge task for this Park City Miners.
Speaking of Mary Sheets, let's look at some of our game storylines. Our first one and our second one include Mary Sheets. First off, let it fly, ladies. Olympus, they've made a very concerted effort in the last couple of games to shoot more threes. We've seen it. Whenever they're getting space on the perimeter in the half court, they're taking those threes. And they haven't done that. You know, they didn't do that earlier in the season. Against East and Brighton, 2 defensive teams, this team averaged 70.5 points, 16.2 points over their season average.
I think going back to those threes, they were getting more shots than they usually did with all the movement and pick and rolls. So they were more comfortable shooting after they got a few shots to go. Then they started shooting more of closer ones, and now they're shooting contested ones almost consistently, and now they're starting to make them.
And yeah, there are 2 things this 3-point shooting does. Number 1, it stretches out the defense. So Alyssa Blank and Abby Topham have more room in the paint to get in there and score. Topham and Blank combined for 31 points in the paint against Brighton and 15 against East. And number 2, the biggest thing this shooting change has done for this Olympus team is it has unbottled Mary Sheets. Sheets has been averaging 19.5 points per game and 3.5 three-pointers per game since the change. Mary had a monster night against East that you just talked about, where she led the team with 23 points and 4 3-point makes. That's the first time all season someone not named Alyssa Blank has scored over 20 points for this team. Jack, we've talked a lot about this season who the second scoring option on this team would be, and that Olympus needed to find a bona fide second scoring option in order to make a deep run in the playoffs.
And you talked about how the with everyone else shooting well, it opened up Mary Sheets. But I think when Mary Sheets and Alyssa Blank score as well, it opens up everyone else. And so those two, they go hand in hand. If you get the whole team shooting well, it opens up Mary Sheets. If Mary Sheets playing well, it opens up the rest of the shooters.
Would you say that Mary Sheets is the bona fide second scoring option on this team now?
I think so, definitely.
And I think it's not just her shooting that we saw against East. We saw this a lot where the defender either had to close out hard on the three, in which case she would drive right by him, or the defender had to hang back to protect the driving lanes, and Mary Sheets would just shoot it over the top. And that's what makes her so dangerous. We've seen how shifty she was before, but her shooting has been what's opened everything up. And a great change by Coach Hunsaker to see that. Let's talk about for a brief second Olympus's place in Region 6. After opening up region play 2-2 and finding themselves in 4th place in the region, it was looking a little down for the Titans. They were expected to be 1 or 2 in this region for pretty much the entire season, and to go down to 4th, not have a winning record in region, very surprising.
I think when you start the region play off bad, your moral is down, your team's not feeling as well, and they're not as confident. But once you get back into the mix, once you fight back and you're right there, then you have more confidence than you have had all season. Because you were down there, but you fought back, and now you're back at the top. So now you have more confidence than you would have had if you started at the top.
Exactly, and the Titans did fight back. A back-to-back sweep over Brighton and East to propel themselves to 3rd place in the region at a 4-2 region record. Ahead of them are the Highland Rams at 4-1 and the Skyline Eagles at 5-0 in region, both of who Olympus lost to earlier this season. Titans still very much in a race for this region. For Olympus to win the region, they would need to win out, and Skyline would need to pick up one additional loss. When we talk about the likelihood of that happening, Skyline still has both games to play against Highland. So that's 2 games where Skyline can pick up a loss likely outside of Olympus beating them. And when we look at Josefina Lange and Sophia Legate for that Rams team, we called that game. They are 2 great scoring guards. And Skyline's defense is centered around great interior defense. And so if Sophia Legate and Josefina Lange can get hot from outside, I think they can take down the Eagles and help Olympus get to that 1st place in region.
If you're Olympus, you want them to pick up their loss as soon as possible, because once it becomes 1 out and you're in, it motivates your team even more, because now you don't have to rely on others to lose to get in. Now it's up to you whether you get in.
You control your destiny.
Yep.
The other team that I think Skyline could fall to is the Brighton Bengals. We saw them just on Tuesday. They are a great shooting team, and Olympus played very great defense to lock them down. Again, though, Skyline's focus is on great interior defense. They have the best 2 shot blockers and rim protectors in 5A. So if Brighton can get their shooters going like Abby Berg, and she can go off again like she did against East, where she had 8 3-pointers, I think Skyline could be in a heap of trouble. What do you think about Brighton's chances of taking down Skyline, Jack?
Well, I think for Brighton, I think Brighton's got a great chance. They match up great. Brighton shoots the ball. They rely on the 3 extremely heavily. They shot more 3-pointers than 2-pointers in almost all their wins. And that's Skyline's weakness, shooting the 3. So they're perfect matchup for Brighton, and great thing. And for Olympus, their future matchup with Skyline in their rematch, I think they're much more better prepared because they're shooting better as a whole, and they don't have to take it inside constantly to the strength of that Eagle defense.
And that loss to Skyline, we forget, it came off of the COVID week when this program was pretty much shut down for about 5 days because of COVID in the program. And that, contributed to the loss.
Yep.
A game to keep an eye on tonight is Brighton at Skyline. We'll leave your pregame here. Good luck to the Titans. We'll sign off as we prepare for our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Olympus High School for tonight's matchup between the visiting Park City Miners and your Olympus Titans. At this time, we'd like to ask everyone to stand and gentlemen to remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem by our very own Bianca Davis and James Jenkins.
Hello and welcome back to Olympus High School located in Holiday, Utah, where the Olympus Titans are going to take down the Park City Miners from Park City. For this matchup, we see the 9-4 Olympus Titans and the 3-11 Park City Miners. For the Park City Miners, their starting lineup includes guard Olivia Miller, number 3, don't know who it is, number 12, Charles Lunsford. We also see number 32, Salem Hole, and number 24. And we don't know who that is. Now on to the lineup for the Olympus Titans. The starting lineup for the Titans include Alyssa Blank, number 15, Brooklyn Davies, number 12, number 13, Mary Sheets, number 21, Sarah Stringham, and number 25, Abby Topham. What do you think is going to happen during the first quarter of this matchup?
I think that Olympus is going to come out strong. In the last matchup, they held Park City to a very low amount of points in the first quarter, or first half in general. So I'd say you can see somewhat of a repeat there. I think Titans have a strong defense, also a strong offense.
Agreed. We'll see how this plays down as we get ready for tip-off. Looks like tip-off is going to be between Park City's Charles Lunsford and Olympus is Abby Topham.
Yeah, as you can see, Olympus clearly has the size on Park City.
Brooklyn Davies drives it down. Mary Sheets immediately shoots and no good. Over to Olympus again. Abby with the ball. And Stringham shoots and is good. First three.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more of that in this game.
Certainly. All right, we have number 3 for the Park City Miners. Olivia Miller with it. Number 34, Layden Mitchell. Number 32 with it. Number 3. And 12 goes for it and no good. That was Charles Lunsford.
Yeah, great defense by the Titans.
Davies with it. Over to Sheets. Over to Topham. And Topham shoots and no good. Blank shoots and it's no good. Back over to Park City's Olivia Miller. Over to number 3. Number 12 with it. Charles Lunsford. No good. Topham with it to Davies. Past the timeline. Over the Sheets. We've seen what she can do when open. Topham with it. Shoots and no good. Over to Park City. To number 3 on the team. Over to number 21. Leah Yeager. Number 12, Charles Lunsford. Salem Hole. Back to Yeager. To Lunsford. Number 3 drives. And a foul. Davies with it. Over to Stringham. Topham with it. Blank. Almost sandwiched. And Topham goes good for the layup.
As you can see, Park City really trying to shut down Alyssa Blank. That really leaves Topham open for that easy layup.
Back to Park City. Yeager with it. Over to Miller. Number 32 drives in. No, number 12, excuse me. 21 with it. Miller with it. Now back to number 21, Yeager. Yeager shoots it, no good. Actually, it is good. Good for 2 points. Davies with it. Over to Sheets. Over to Blank. And good for 2 points.
Yeah, the Titans offense really is able just to expose this Miners defense, getting easy buckets.
Salem Hull with it for the Miners. Oh my, bad pass and over to Topham, and Sheets with it. Blank shoots a 3 and no good, off the rim. Miller with the ball for the Miners. Over to number 32, Hull. Over to Yeager. Oh, and it goes over to the Olympus Titans, and Sarah Stringman goes down the court, and it's good.
Yeah, Olympus just able to just easily feed off the mistakes by Park City.
Pretty easy for the Titans to do. We know coming into this matchup, Park City wasn't going to be that hard of a team to beat. Timeout here at Olympus High School. And they're going to go back at it. So far, we've seen Alyssa Blank score 2 points for the Titans. Sarah Stringham scored 5 points for the Titans. Stringham, she averages 5.2 points per game. And Abby Topham with 2 points. We get back underway with Leah Yeager for the Miners having the ball. Now to number 12. Number 12 with it. Back to Miller. Over to number 3. To number 32, Salem Hull. Over to Miller. To Lunsford. Trying to do something, not successful. Passes. Lunsford shoots, and no good.
Yeah, Titans just making every shot hard for the Miners here.
Sheets drives. Blank with it. Blank for a textbook 3. Bang, it's good.
Yeah, that was just way too textbooks for the Titans. You can't leave Alyssa Blake open like that.
Definitely agree. Miller with the ball for the Miners. Tries to drive. And jump ball. Looked like Davies tried to steal the ball, but it turned into a jump ball.
Yeah, that was a great effort by Davies, trying to at least steal the ball and also causing the jump.
We will go back at it here. Olivia Miller inbounds the ball for the Miners. Number 21 with it. And tries to shoot, and it is good for 2 points to Yeager.
Yeah, that's a rare defensive mistake by the Titans there.
Brooklyn Davies with it. Drives in, shoots the ball, and it's good.
Yeah, that was just way too easy, able just to sneak right through that Miners defense. The easy layup.
Number 3 with the ball for the Miners. And almost stolen away. Number 32 with the ball. Number 12. Lunsford. Miller back to Lunsford. Lunsford drives. Lunsford shoots and no good. Davies with the ball for the Titans. Over the timeline. Number 21, Blank with it. And to Topham. Sheets is open. Goes for the 3. Sheets open for the 3 is good.
Yeah, Titans are such a good three-point shooting team. You can't leave them open on the 3 line.
Definitely agree. Number 3 for the Miners. Now Lunsford with the ball. Now Hull with it. Miller to Yeager. Number 3. Lunsford shoots and no good. Stringham to Blank. Blank drives. And easy. Open for Brooklyn Davies and it is good for 3.
Yeah, that's just way too easy for the Titans right now.
Leah Yeager with the ball for the Miners. What can Yeager do? Miller with it? No. Number 32 with it. Hull with it. Over to Yeager. To Miller. Looks like Davies wants to steal. Lunsford with it. Lunsford drives and shoots, and it is blocked by Blank and still in. Almost went out of court, and Davies drives. Going in, shoots, and it is blocked. Unexpected from the Miners.
Yeah, that was a great block by that was a great block by Blanket, and also to save that ball and cause fast break. Just also a really good defensive play by the Miners to cause that block and cause it out on Olympus.
Olivia Miller with the ball for the Miners. And it is just stolen easy for the Titans. Topping with it. And over to Miners. And out. Sarah Stringham's going to inbound the ball after the foul. Stringham with it. Going in. Foul. We will see what the foul is. Sounds like a personal foul. Davies with it. Blank with it. Over the top of him. Right there in the paint. No good. And falls down. Number 21, Lee Yeager. Looks like Olivia Miller is going to inbound. Olivia Miller will inbound to Leah Yeager for the Miners. Under a minute here at Olympus High School. Number 23 with it. To Miller. Hold with it. About now 21. Hold with the ball. Over to Miller. And Miller. And a crazy turn of events. Yeager with the ball. Number 32 shoots, and that's Lunsford. No good. And falls down again. Yeager. Number 25 goes in for Olivia Miller. Number 25 is Lily Hunt. Davies with the ball for the Titans. Over to Sheets. This looks super easy for the Titans. Stringham goes in and is good.
Yeah, that was just a great play by Titans just to let Stringham easily just run right up to the rim.
Number 21 with the ball for the Miners. Yeager with it. Over to Hunt. Number 21 with it, Yeager. And over to the Titans. Number 21, Sarah Stringham. Stringham loses control of the ball as the buzzer goes off. 22-4 in the first quarter. All 4 points for the Miners have came from, I believe it was Olivia Miller. What do you think of the game going on so far?
I think it's gone as expected. Titans being able to shut down the Miners' offense, only holding the 4 points in the first quarter. And also, their offense has just gotten going, scoring 22 points in the first quarter.
Definitely agree. I feel like at some point, maybe we see the whole fourth quarter, JV players for Olympus starting to play, maybe sooner. Just easy for the Titans. Just want to get up enough points so we don't see any disastrous things happen like Miners somehow winning.
Yeah, and I expect to see the exact same thing in the second quarter. Olympus just coming out, dominating, getting stops, and also going out and scoring easy buckets.
Certainly. We'll get back here for the second quarter. Welcome back to Olympus High School for girls basketball against Park City Miners. Color commentator Sean Capps will be back with us in a moment. Abby Topham goes good for 2 points. Number 25 has it. No, number 3 for the Miners. To number 25, Lily Hunt. Over to the Titans, blank. Davies with it, and Baker goes out. We see Olympus already substituting somebody in with Joss Baker. Looks like they replaced her with Mary Sheets. Miners with it, Lily Hunt. Lily Hunt has it. And number 12, foul. Another foul for the Miners. Number 24 with it. Oh my, it goes over to the Titans. Blank with the ball over the timeline, top of key. Oh, A.V. Karen goes off of A.V. Karen. A.V. Karen, not sure who she substituted in for on the Titans. Lily Hunt with the ball for the Titans. I mean Miners, my bad. Drives in, no good. Over to the Titans, blank able to drive easily. Davies, what does she do? Over to Karen. Karen to top him. Davies with it. Baker with it. What does she do? She passed it to top him to blank. Foul for the Miners. Wow. I feel like the Miners' defense have gotten better, but still not looking that strong. Number 12 with it for the Miners. Number 23 with it. Number 3, number 12. That's Lunsford. Number 3 with it. Number 24. Number 12, Lunsford. Number 25 with it, and Karen steals the ball. Backcourt violation. Number 21 substitutes in for number 25 for the Miners. That's Leah Yeager, the guard. Scored 2 points last game against East when Park City played against East. Karen with it. Top of key. Over to Topham and no, not Topham. Goes over to the Miners. Number 21. Number 12. 12 shoots and it's good. Joss Baker with the ball. A.V. Karen. Brooklyn Davis, easy layup. In the paint, 2 points for Davies. Number 21 with the ball, Leah Yeager for the Miners. Number 3 with it for the Miners. Oh, Joss Baker falls down. Number 3 with it. Does not look like much the Miners can do. All right. Joss Baker drives down. And over to Karen. Karen to Davies. Davies with the open 3 and no good. We'd like to welcome back Sean Capps as he is trying to get some players down for the Miners. Number 21, Leah Yeager for the Miners. Down the court. Foul. Oh, a timeout. We got some corrections here. Number 23 is Lily Hunt for the Miners, and number 3 is Olivia Miller for the Miners. Still only 4 points for the Miners, 28-4. We're going to go back here for basketball. Well, Olivia Miller's going to inbound the ball for the Miners. Number 21 with the ball, that's Lee Yeager. Miller drives. She shoots and no good.
Great defense there by the Titans.
Blank with the ball. Over to Sheets. Sheets has the ball. Over to Baker. Stringer, Sheets, and Baker with the easy layup.
That was a great move, just sneaking behind the double coverage on Alyssa Blank to get that easy layup.
All right, Yeager with the ball for the Miners. Yeager over to Hull. Number 12 with the ball, Lunsford. Number 15 with it, Blank, and it is good.
Alyssa Blank made that just look really easy, just easily just cruising right through that defense, and it caused the foul to make it a three-point play.
Blank is going to go to shoot some free throws here. Blank has an awesome 93% on the free throws. Miller inbounds to Yeager. Yeager crossed the timeline. Miller with the ball. Over to number 2 for the Miners. And goes out of court. A.V. Karen will inbound. A.V. Karen's a forward.
Yeah, that was some great defense there by the Titans.
Blank shoots a 3, and no good. Off the backcourt. Karen shoots and is good.
That was a great offensive play by the Titans, having two girls down there getting the offensive rebound to help get them 3-point points.
Miller with the ball. Number 32 with it, Hull. Yeager with the ball. Back to number 2 on the Miners. Number 32. Number 12. Over to Sheets. Sheets shoots. And it is no good. And it is not in enough, looks like.
That was a great effort by Sarah to try to save that and give Titans another shot to make some more points.
Olivia Miller will inbound the ball for the Miners.
Yeah, Titans defense being really solid, not letting them score at all this quarter so far.
Number 21 to number 32 for the Miners. Miller shoots and no good. Karen with the ball crosses the timeline. To Davies. To Shriekum to top him, and she shoots and no good from the paint.
That was a great pass to get that ball inside, and then a straight, strong move to cause the foul.
Certainly. Topham will shoot 2 times. Topham, the center, averages 47. It has 47% on the free throw. That one is good. She goes again and no good. Miller with the ball for the Miners. Over to number 2. 2 with it. Oh, and it goes out. A.V. Karen tried to steal. Looks like. Number 2 with it. Number 32 with the ball. Oh, and it goes over to Titans. Sheets with the ball from Topham. Oh, just runs right in to Topham in the paint. And no good. Rode around in the rim and out.
Yeah, that last defensive stop was big for the Titans. Abby Topman, I think, got a hand on that and blocked that shot too.
It's number 32 for the Miners. And back to Karen. And a foul.
Looks like some confusion there for the Miners. Causes the loose ball and also the foul.
And number 32 with the ball for the Miners, and it goes off of Davies' leg. Olympus will have the ball. Guess it's not off of Davies.
That was a great effort for the Miners trying to get that stop, but also great effort for Davies to punch that ball out and get it off the Miners.
Definitely. Davies with it. Intense defense. Not really now. To Karen. Over to Toppin. And no good.
Miners really trying to get a lot more aggressive on defense, trying to stop the Titans' speed and stuff, but it looks like it doesn't work, and it just possibly cost them another 2 points with the foul.
Topham goes again for a free throw. No good. Let's remind you how good she is with the free throw. She is 47% at the free throw line. She averages 8.1 points per game. Last time against East. On Wednesday, she scored 2 points and had 9 rebounds, had 1 assist and 1 block for the junior, 5'11" center. Back to the Miners. Number 21 with the ball, that's Leah Yeager. To number 35. And crazy stuff going on. Looks like they're stuck. Streaking with the ball for the Titans. Davies with it. Over to Topham. Oh my, she gets the ball fumbled out of her hands.
Yeah, I believe that's the 3rd time that Topham have been fouled in this quarter.
5 fouls for the Miners. Now 6. 6. Correction, my bad. Streaking with it. Sheets with it. Over the top of him, and is good in the paint.
Looks like the Miners, every time someone drives in, they try a double team. It always leaves either Alyssa Blank or Abby Topman open in the paint.
Yeah, not something you want to do. Number 21, Yeager with it. Over number 24. And is good.
I want to talk about good defense. That's the Miners' first point in this second quarter. That was a great play there, but unfortunately it ended up with an offensive foul.
Offensive foul for the Olympus Titans. Miller will inbound for the Miners. Over to number 12. And it's blocked by Karen, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, great second quarter. Great second quarter there by the Titans, only holding them to 2 points. Also up there scoring 18. Outscored them 18-2.
Score is 40-6 after the second quarter. What have you seen during this half that the Miners need to work better in?
I think they need to work better on allowing those open shots on defense. The Titans have had a lot of open shots, especially on the three-point line and in the paint.
I definitely agree.
Offensively, I think that the Miners, need to try to move the ball a lot more and be able to at least pass it out and get open shots and better shots.
I'd like to see the Miners at least try to get open for some shots and just score more. It doesn't matter where you score from. Just as long as you can score some points, it's better than nothing. We will go for the halftime, and we will be back for the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we have about 5 more minutes before we start, get a chance to go down and purchase one of these programs from the concession stands. Outstanding job this year on the programs, featuring both the girls and the boys programs, as well as while you're down there, pick up concessions. They're pretty good.
All right, we'd like to talk about an upcoming production for OlyTV's weekly broadcast of OlyTV. The spring sports hype will be coming hopefully the last week of February when all the winter sports are winding down, and we can get people hyped up for the spring sports, including boys soccer, track and field, baseball, softball, both boys and girls lacrosse, and boys tennis. All right, we will go into what we thought of the first half.
Yeah, that first half was explosive for the Titans, but really dry for the Miners there.
The recap, only 2 players for the Miners scored points. For their team scores 6 points so far. Score is 40-6. And we've seen a lot of the Titans' best players just easy to score. Blank, Topham, Sheets, Davies. Name one and you'll probably have already scored.
Yeah, I mean, look at Sarah Stringham. She's been great this game. She averages only 5.2 points per game this season. I believe she's up at nearly 7 or 8, maybe even 10 at this point.
Last time against East on Wednesday, she scored 4 points, had 3 rebounds, had 1 assist, and 1 3-pointer made.
Yeah, it's really great to see other people than Alyssa Blank being able to score points. Stringham has always been really in those open spots in the paint and out on the 3-point line.
Certainly. Hopefully we see Topham get back to where she was scoring points per game last season at this point. I believe it was like 11.8 points per game. This is Mark, one of our other commentators, mentioned in a different broadcast.
Yeah, I also want to point on interest is Alyssa Blank only having 8 points, and she usually averages about 20 points per game this season. That just shows how much of a team effort this has been for the Titans.
All right, Sean will be your play-by-play commentator for the second half. Now will be your color commentator, Calvin Fuller.
Miller to inbound the ball, start of the third quarter. Yeager takes the inbound. Back to Miller. Miller shoots a deep 3, and off the front of the rim.
Already seen defense.
Yeah, rebounded by
unfold
Lunsford.
very
Back
well.
out to Miller. Miller takes a driving
Titans.
shot off back rim. Rebound again by Lunsford, and then ultimately rebounded by Alyssa Blank. Davies driving down on the baseline. Out to the corner and off the missed.
Sheets was open.
Yeah, it was a fast break by the Miners. And scored by Salem Hull. Now a fast break on to the Titan side. An offensive foul by Mary Sheets.
We've already seen so far same stuff the Miners have been struggling with in the first half with offense, no defense. Well, both, yeah.
Yeager. Out to number 2. Back to Yeager. Yeager hesitates. Number 2 for the 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Sheets. Out to Topman. Topman driving in. Pulls off. Rebounded by Yeager.
Back there, Yeager should have just shot. Park City Miners needs points.
Number 2. Out to Miller. Miller out to Hull. Back to number 2. And stolen by it. And scored by Alyssa Blank.
That was way too easy for the Titans. Pass over to Alyssa Blank, your star player. She's open. Just what do you expect would happen?
Here's Yeager. Out to Miller. Miller down to Lunsford. Lunsford missed the shot, rebounded by Topman. Passes it all the way out to Mary Sheets. She's driving. Nice easy layup, but missed. Rebounded by Lunsford for the Miners. Miller, the ball. Back out to number 2. Hull to Lunsford. Back out to Yeager.
I feel like their passes could just be better. It doesn't look that clean, and it looked like it looks like at any time the Titans, if they're just fast enough, could just steal the ball, take it over, turn over.
Lunsford with the ball. Back at number 2. Back to Lunsford. Lunsford with the mid-range shot. Off the rim once and missed.
I'd like to see the Miners do more of that sort of thing, whether it's from the perimeter or inside.
Looks like an offensive foul on Alyssa Blank.
Josh Baker is a really good player as a freshman.
Yeah, Josh Baker checking in for Abby Topman. Yeager. Out to Hull. Back into top. Lunsford. Deep 3 by Miller. Off the rim and out of bounds. Olympus ball.
Perhaps the Miners finally doing what I think they should be doing. Just trying to score whatever they can against the Titans.
Davies brings the ball down. Davies to Sheets. Back out to Blank. And a foul on Yeager for the Miners.
Tough break for the Miners. It'll be Olympus' ball, and their Sheets will inbound.
AV carrying in for Sarah Stringham. Titans 3 missed. Rebounded by Karen. And a travel. Travel by Josh Baker.
Still learning the ropes as a varsity player, certainly next year. Goes out.
I think that was a really ignorant pass by Yeager, just trying to squeeze it in there. Unfortunately, could not get it going. Sheets driving. Passes out. Horseless playing. Oh, but missed. Now jump ball between Yeager and Davies.
Davies went for the ball. And like I said, I think if they're fast enough, they could get the ball. Not this time, though.
Sheets to Davies. Davies to Karen. Sheets top of the key and drains a 3.
The Miners, players for the Miners were there, but they're just turned behind her and just not blocking. Way easy.
Number 2 for the Miners. Out to Lunsford. Back to Yeager. Yeager tries to sneak it over to Olivia Miller, but kick ball on Brooklyn Davies.
Ball.
Miller to inbound. Miller inbounds it to Yeager. Yeager to number 2. Number 2 to Lunsford. Back to number 2. Try to sneak it in to Yeager. Blank passes it down to Sheets. Over to Davies. And a miss, but rebound by Alyssa Blank. Puts it right back up and scores.
As the Miners, I tried to be working on defense. Maybe we should just try some other strategies as for the Miners for defense. Certainly not looking like it's working at all.
Lunsford. Rebounded by Alyssa Blank. Salem Hull really on Alyssa Blank right now.
Salem Hull was just trying to do something, but it's just Blank is best player on Titans and just not really working.
Sarah Stringham and And Abby Tallman in for Brooklyn Davis and Mary Sheets for the Titans.
Number 24 in for Miners and Lily Hunt in for the Miners. And Blank over to Baker and good for 2 points. First points of the night for Baker. No, third set of points for Baker tonight. Excuse me.
Yeager
Oh,
off the hands of Lily Hunt. Off back to Yeager.
number 21 with it. Oh,
And a timeout called by the Miners.
hopefully something during this timeout will make the Miners able to do something more.
Yeah, Miners not being able to get really anything going. They've only scored yet another 2 points in this quarter. I mean, and Titans outscoring them 9-2. Kind of shocked with how the Titans, with only 2 minutes, roughly 2 minutes left, they've only scored 9 points in this quarter. They've really like slowed it down.
Not like the Titans need to like score a lot more points. They can just do some other strategies and plays and just work stuff out. Since the Miners are struggling this bad, it is easy for the Titans to do that.
Yeah, and I think also they're just trying to take it easy, try not to get any major injuries going into more play, and just trying to keep everyone healthy.
I agree with what you said about second half of region play. I think after the third quarter, they should put in the JV players on to the court. JV players for the Titans include Addie Shimoda, Chloe Bontempo, Riley Rice, Taylor Rosander, Katie Kama, Tessa Cromar, and Kelly Trabiano.
Yeager, number 24. 24 out to Hunt. Hunt makes a good pump fake, but blocked by Alyssa Blank. Karen driving down the field, pass it into Alyssa Blank, and Alyssa Blank gets fouled. No shot.
No shot for Blank. Shoulder bound.
Yeah, it was a great play by Alyssa Blank, getting that block. Blank to inbound. Out to Karen. Up to Baker. Back out of Alyssa Blank for a three. She hits it.
Textbook three there.
Yeager. Out to Miller. Miller to Hunt. Miller for a shot, missed it. Rebounded by Topman. Karen, bring the ball down. Karen to Topman. Topman out to Stringham. Back to Karen. Finds wide open Topman in the paint. Misses it. The rebound by Baker. Baker goes up and gets fouled in the shot. 2 shots coming for Joss Baker.
Not only that, the defense is really good for the Titans. Excuse me. Not only that, the offense is... never mind.
Josh Baker misses the first free throw.
We're seeing the Titans just being able to easily pass for the offense. Defense not really working good for the Miners.
Baker misses the second free throw. Rebounded by the Miners 24. Pass it off of Alyssa Hunt and out of bounds of Miners Olympus ball. Avi Karen to inbound.
Ava Karen's a good player. Last time against East, she scored 7 points, had 7 rebounds, had 4 assists, and 2 steals.
Avi Karen with a missed shot, but rebounded by Alyssa Blank for another easy layup. Yeager. Out to off of number 23.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Salem Hull gets it, but stolen by Karen. Karen driving down. Gets layup and Looks like foul on. Looks like it was a foul on the Titans.
Yes, foul on the Titans. Miners will inbound. Jaeger will inbound for the Miners. Jaeger scored 4 points for the Miners. Wow, it just bounced out number 24's hand for the Miners into Olympus, and there we go, 2 points later.
Baker there with the layup. Jaeger driving down. Hunt, number 24. Hole, 23. Back out to Hole.
Oh my.
Hole loses the ball. Will pass it to Hunt, out of bounds. Titans ball.
Offense is looking sloppy for the Miners. Not looking clean and not looking like they're easily able to execute plays and passes for the Miners.
Carrying down in the final seconds of the third quarter. Stringham, the last shot, and she does not get it off. And that's the end of the third quarter. Olympus Titans leading the Park City Miners 56-8. What did you see about that third quarter there, Calvin?
I saw during the third quarter, Park City struggling like they have been all game. Offense was looking real sloppy. Defense, not that good. Titans still, they've slowed down in scoring, but still easy for them to score.
Yeah, it's been pretty physical so far, especially down that paint. The Miners with 4 fouls, the Titans with 3 in that third quarter. I mean, there were some really hard fouls, I think, there too. I mean, not like hard enough to be really considered bad, but some pretty competitive play, you'd say.
Two points have been scored by Julia Smith for the Park City Miners. 4 other by, I believe it was Olivia Miller. And 2 other points scored by one of the players that are not going to be out in the court.
Now starting this fourth quarter, you do see some of the JV Titans players out there. You have Riley Rice as the first new player of this game so far, as well as with Taylor Rosander.
Taylor Rosander and Riley Rice, both good players in the JV games from what I've seen. I think this is a good call for the Olympus Titans. This will definitely help the Titans and the JV players on the Titan team to get better for the upcoming years.
Lunsford. Out to Smith.
I feel like with the JV players being out here, I feel like they will play more aggressively because I think the JV players want to see that they've been scoring and rebounding and stuff like that whenever they see stats, wherever it may be.
Shot by Riley Rice. It's no good. Out to number 35. Smith up in.
That was good defense by the Titans. Sandwiching
Loose
number
ball.
20 for the Miners. Oh, wow.
The Titans into Lunsford, and no good. Another loose ball on the ground. And looks like it was a jump ball.
Looks like
No, actually, looks like it was a timeout called by the Miners.
perhaps wrestling on the floor unintentionally, though. Again, Miners just offense looking sloppy. It's not what you want to have for a good basketball team. Look at the other best teams in 5A, Lehigh, Highland, and other schools like Cedar Valley and Timpview. You see none of that.
Yeah, one thing that really noticed me is it looks like the Miners are undersized, especially against this Olympus Titans team. I think that's a lot of their trouble is their undersizing.
I also think they don't really have anybody that is a good scorer. They did have Ava Kimchi and Sam Riley, but sadly they're no longer on the team. They were their best scorers, but now the Miners are well behind the 8-ball. Looks like the best player on the team for them at the moment is Kathleen Whiteley.
Mitchell, in and out. Rebounded by number 2 and has scored. Davies, out to Sheets. Davies, back out to Sheets. Sheets into Rosander, and a foul on the Miners.
Miners possibly trying to do something to defense, but not working there. Foul.
Sheets to inbound. Excuse me, Sheets is coming out. Looks like more of the JV players have been subbed in for the Titans here in the 4th quarter.
Addie Shimoda in for the Titans. Baker in, 2.
Dropped by Rosander, going out of bounds. Number 2 saves it, but steps out of bounds. Titans ball.
I think the Miners just need to practice more on their offense. Still looking pretty sloppy.
Rice, out to Shimoda. Back out to Baker. Missed shot. Miner. Looks like it's Titans ball. Karen to inbound.
Last time Olympus played against Park City was a score of 80
Karen up to Baker.
13.
Baker misses. Mitchell bringing the ball down. Out to number 2. Mitchell to Hunt. And it's blocked by Rosander. Shimoda comes up the ball. Rice drives in and throws it off the glass and missed. And a foul by Rosander.
That looked really good for the Titans. Liked what I saw there. Last time JV players counted for 18 of the 80 points up in Park City when Olympus played Park City back on January 4th.
Sutton Hole. Number 2. 23. Stolen by Shimoda.
Just a
Still
bad
driving
pass.
And layup and off the rim. No good. Pull. Is down. Number 25. Number 2. Back out to Hole. Hole trying to get it across and stolen by Karen. Karen driving down.
That throw was going to go nowhere but A.B. Karen's hands.
Yep. Rosander in for the easy layup. Another time and a timeout there by the Miners.
Timeout by the Miners. I feel like they're taking these timeouts to try and recoup and talk about what they can do better. Hopefully something sticks and is able to work. Score 58-10 with almost 5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter.
Hey, even the Titans JV team has seemed to be really dominant on defense, not on this Miners offense to really get anything going.
Nice having the replay switcher with us. First time we've used it since, I think, 2 years. Let us know what you think of the replay switcher in the comment section of the live stream.
Jaeger to inbound. Now to Killen. Killen back to Jaeger. Jaeger out to Hunt. Hunt out to Hull. And off the hands. And gathered by Karen. Karen driving down. Out to Shimoda. Shimoda driving in. The foul and no shot. Foul was called on the floor.
I think with Addie Shimoda, she just goes in too fast and just misses an easy layup from time to time. But it's definitely something she can work on. The current current sophomore.
Rice. Back out to Karen. Karen for a corner three. She hits it.
A.V. Karen averages 2.7 points per game. And it's 28% with 3 points.
Lunsford, the paint. Back out to Hunt. Hunt trying to find an open girl. Killen. Top of the ball.
Almost looks like as if the Miners are looking lost and not really sure what to do, since the defense is just so good for the Titans.
For Sanders, the ball. Back out to Karen. Karen cross court pass to Rice, stolen by number 3-2 for the Miners.
Rare mistake
Lunsford
for the Titans.
Lunsford with the ball. Back out to Killen. Killen out to Jaeger. Jaeger back to Killen.
My.
Killen out to Lunsford. And a foul called on Riley Rice. Have Tessa Cromar coming in for Josh Baker. And you have
Kelly Trabiano
coming in for Avi Karen.
We have seen Tessa Cromar was injured for a short period of time. She had a boot on her leg, but she is back out and hopefully all better from her injury.
Killen, the shot off front of the rim. Rebounded by Cromar. Back out to Shimoda. Shimoda over to Trubano. Rasander. Shimoda has the ball. Out of Trubano. Cromar, corner three. And in and out. Rebounded by Rasander. And misses layup and tries to get it off the Miners, but ultimately steps out of bounds before that.
Looks like the defense was good enough to get her out of court, which I don't think is something you really want to try to do in these games.
Hull, Killen. Killen to Lunsford. Back out to Killen. A lucky pass out to Hull. Lunsford in. Looks like it was blocked by Rasander. Shimoda. Back out to Rasander. And stolen by Killen.
I just make sure of your surroundings, if you're the Miners, make sure you aren't just going to try to score and just going to be blocked.
Lunsford out to Hull. Hull driving in. Layup off the glass. That's good.
I think that's probably the best play seen tonight from one of the players off of the Miners.
Cromar. This pass loaded off to Shimano. Rice, and an easy 2-point shot mid-range.
Just unfortunate for the Miners.
Jaeger. Out to Hull. Looks like it was a foul on Adi Shimoda. Now we got some more check-ins for the Titans. You have number 22, Katie Kama. Number 25, Abby Topman. And number 4, Chris Botempo.
Chloe Bontempo.
Excuse me, yes. Chloe Bontempo.
We see Abigail Topham back out, one of the starters.
Cromar, bring it down. Pass it all the way out to Topman. Topman for 2.
The team going wild for Abby's 3.
3 by the Miners. Missed off Abby Topman's hands and out of bounds.
Abby Topham has not scored a 3-point this entire season. That was actually her first one. And she goes back out and is replaced by Addie Shimoda.
Actually, I think her foot was on the line, so that did get counted as a 2-point shot.
Oh.
So unfortunate for Topman.
Unfortunate for Topham.
Tribino gets fouled on the drive.
Again, let us know what you think of the replay switcher in the comment section of
Tribino
live stream
shooting
if you haven't
2.
already.
Shooting 1.
Trabiano actually hasn't scored any free throws so far this season besides what you're seeing right now.
Tribino's second free throw. And it's missed and hit out of bounds by the Titans. Now sub for the Miners. Killing ball and a foul called on the Titans.
Yeah, it didn't look like person from the Miners team just throw it out there like that.
Killing to shoot 2.
Killing averages 1.4 points per game.
Killing gets the rebound off her own missed free throw.
Oh,
Out to Whitley.
looked like they had an open shot, but
Back
just
out to
did not
Hinton.
take it.
Stolen by Cromar. Cromar driving down. Gets open for 3 and misses it off the rim. Rebounded by Chloe Bontempo and a foul.
To the line for Chloe Bontempo. Has no points to her name, as far as I know. First time shooting a free throw this season. And it's no good.
And this is the first free throw. Bontempo.
She is a point forward for the team.
That's her first point of the game. Makes second free throw. Jaeger. Ball is deflected. Shimoda
Not good offense
gets
for the
chased right
Miners.
behind.
Looking
Shimoda.
sloppy.
Out to Kama. Shimoda.
Not looking
Hold
like
the ball.
they're shooting
Looks like
more.
1 second left, and time will run out.
It's over.
Titans win 67-12.
Not as dominant as last time they played against Park City when they won 80-13, but still a good showing by the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of expect there once you throw in your JV team. They're just trying to get them experience. I believe if they would have started their starters all the way through, they probably would have hit that roughly the same score, but since they did put in their JV team, it kind of shows that. But still, an ultimately good team win by the Titans there.
Certainly thought that was a good decision by Coach Hunsaker. So what did you thought of the game as a whole?
I think it was dominated from the start to end by the Titans. Titans just came out offensively and defensively prepared. They were able to hold the Miners to only 4 points in the first quarter and only hold them to 12 points in the entire game. I think defensive effort was great. Offensive effort was great. They made a bunch of open shots. They were able to get exposed and really maneuver through that Miner defense very well.
All right, we will close out the game. And on Tuesday, the Miners have a home game against the Skyline Eagles. On Tuesday, the Lady Titans take on Highland at Highland High School for the matchup, hopefully to win against Highland to place them well in the region. Stay tuned in for the Olympus boys basketball team when they go against Park City at 7 p.m. Hope to have you there. I'm Calvin Fuller, signing out.
I'm Sean Capps.
See ya.
We'll see you later.